welcome to Sonia Podcast. Today we are talking about being playful with your spouse or whoever you're in a relationship with. So previously, research has demonstrated that playfulness is preferred characteristics and potential long-term partners for both men and women. Playfulness might serve as a signal of desirable qualities. For men, it might signal non-aggressiveness to women. For women, it might signal usefulness and thus fertility. In their new study researches, Paul sought to examine whether playfulness in adults would correspond to potential reproduction success. I am interested in adult gaming, and since my gender difference in gaming has impressed me, said D. Moraes, a doctoral student, especially the importance each gender gives to game, either digital games, sports, tabletop gambling, and so on. As I proposed studying games to my mentor, she insists there should be some kind of measure of a personality type of gaming propensity, and so we started searching until we found skills about playfulness and decided to use them. Since we were using an evolutionary approach, we wondered if gaming provided any benefits for survival or reproduction. We found some arguments in favor of a beneficial benefit of attractiveness through playful displays, and so we decided to test if playfulness and gaming predict a higher number of mates. In the study, 1,191 Brazilian adults indicated how many short-term relationships and how many long-term relationships they had in their lives. The participant also completed a questionnaire that measured four focus of playfulness. Our direct playfulness assessed the tendency to enjoy playing with others and using playfulness to make social relationships more interesting. Lighthearted playfulness assessed the tendencies to see life as a game and not worry too much about the future. Intellectual playfulness assessed the tendencies to enjoy playing with ideas and solving problems. When whimsical playfulness assessed the tendencies to find enjoyment in strange situations and finding it easy to amuse oneself and others in everyday interaction. The researchers found that men who score higher on the other direct playfulness tend to have a higher number of both short-term and long-term partners. On the other hand, women who score higher on the whimsical or playfulness tend to have a higher number of short-term partners. The finding highlighted that playfulness is very complex and can be divided into different kinds. Each type can affect some areas and others to work differently for certain groups. But the study, like all research, includes we test a very broad type of playfulness, and it correlates only with the number of mates. But it can work differently depending on how one understands playfulness. For example, my dissertation, I found that the more a woman games, the more likely she is to be playful. Whimsical playfulness. Then women who game less. No patterns observed in men, and gaming did not predict number of mates to either sex. This is also the opposite pattern of one reported in the current study. In addition, it is important to remember that results are given as average. Individually, it is not possible to say if a person is playful or not, nor if playfulness predicts a higher number of mates based solely on someone's gender. But as the number of people increase, it is suspected that our findings become visible. I think we are far from understanding that playfulness and similar paranormal are the researchers added. For example, in English, someone can play a board game, a musical instrument, in a role, a sport, a trick, or with dolls. But in Portuguese, we use a different verb for each one of these things, and the closest meaning to play will be limited to dolls. However, no one will disagree that all these things can be fun. So, they're saying that they think that playfulness in a relationship can make you have a long-lasting relationships. And that most adults that do play with each other have, they can have a very happy and romantic life. So what do y'all think? Let me know at sv766752@gmail.com. And I want to thank y'all for listening to my podcast. Please give it a 5-star reviews on Anchor, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Please go to these websites at www.wavilo. Use promo code Sonia, www.instacart156. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go to buy me a coffee. You can follow me at Sonia Santiago, Twitter, Sonia Santiago, Pinterest, Sonia Santiago, Facebook. And you can also follow me at Sonia, SONIA9795 at Instagram. Thank you and much love. Have a blessed night. If you haven't heard about Anchors, it's the easy way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchors will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So, if you want to make a podcast, just go to Anchors. It's free. You can download it on Apple Store. You can also download it on Android. And just make a podcast. Have a great day.